Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to react to another Rev video. And if you're wondering what happened to my last reaction to a Rev video, I deleted it because when I checked it, it like had very low volume for the video for no reason, and it was just not good. Terrible sound quality. Anyway, I hope I fixed it now. That's all I'll go into it. Because it sounded normal before I uploaded it, but then when I uploaded it, the sound was just so low for some fucking reason. But anyway, so this video I'm reacting to, so the story goes, a indie dev of that Bloodborne fan game, Bloodborne card, aka got rebranded as Nightmare card, schizoed out because they won an award by a anti-game journalist award, video game award show. But they tried to say, oh, it's anti-woke. No, it's anti-establishment, anti-corpo. That's what it is. No corpos dictating who gets what. Just gamers voting for their favorite games. That's it. And then I also think I heard another dev that got their game promoted in that award show schizoed out because, again, they're one of those nut jobs that went all, oh, but this award show's anti-woke, so I hate it. And meanwhile, it's anti-corpo. Like, do you not understand? Are you stupid? Are you like really stupid? No one mentioned anything about woke shit in this award show. It's just anti-game journalists. But anyway, so yeah, let me get the music off. It's the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater soundtrack, if you're wondering, the first game. Alright, now let me get the video ready for this Rev video. Alrighty. Here we are. But yeah, that's basically the summary. They, some indie devs freaked out over an anti-game journalist award show and tried to call it an anti-woke video game awards. It's like fucking weird. Just take the fucking award. Jesus. Like, real gamers actually voted for your game.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we're going to be talking about the Real Game Awards, which has caused some controversy in the gaming industry.
It shouldn't be controversial.
What is the Real Game Awards? Well, it's a reaction to the standard game awards that you see that are primarily run by journalists, including some journalists that have nothing to do with gaming, who have the majority say as to what games win what awards. And this is supposed to counteract that by allowing gamers to vote on these categories. Now, it just concluded the other day, the round for the last year of the Real Game Awards. You can see it's posted.
Sorry, I was going to pause earlier, but I was trying to wait till he finishes. But yeah, some of the people voting for the best for the awards in the video game awards are journalists that have nothing to do with fucking video games. Like I think Rolling Stone was in there. You know, that magazine no one reads anymore. There was like a bunch of stupid shit, like TV companies, I think. Like, and keep in mind, the video game awards, sure, you could argue gamers get to vote, but their vote counts very little. Like, it's literally the corpos dictating. Like, they get, like, it's like they get more votes or something. Like, their vote matters more than actual gamers. And that's why you get shit like Last of Us 2 getting Game of the Year once, even though it was like a shitty game. Shitty story, shitty direction. I mean, it was the same gameplay as Last of Us 1, but the story is ass and no one liked it. But I do like that Elden Ring won Game of the Year, and it made a bunch of people furious. Be mad. Skill issue Ubisoft, skill issue Horizon Zero Dawn dev, you know, the people who used to make Killzone. Skill issue.
By Craig.
Sorry, I'm a little petty towards them.
Of the Real Game Awards and the Side Scroller podcast as well. But we see a lot of people very angry about this, including some developers who were positively featured in this award show. They are now
yeah,
very
they
angry
schizoed out for no reason.
And controversial people that apparently they're now tied to as a result of these free promotions in the real Game Awards. Now, this is the first one that caused controversy. This is the Racing Game of the Year. This apparently was a very hateful and anti-woke message that you're about to see right here. Let's see if you can find the controversy in what
I saw the clip.
I would say something about stunning graphics, but none of your nominees are really known for graphic powerhouses. They were really just built around fun. And your nominees for Best Racing Game are Park Garage Rally Circuit, Nightmare Kart, Victory Heat Rally.
You know what sucks? I actually liked Nightmare Kart, but now I want nothing to do with it just because of how the dev acted. Like Nightmare Kart, it was literally a Bloodborne fan game, originally Bloodborne Kart, but then the devs schizoed out about winning an award from an award show that was voted by actual gamers that really liked your fucking game, and then you ruin it. You go nuts. I don't know what the fuck is your problem. Like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I think these devs schizo out for attention. Of course, this is bad attention, because most of the world thinks you're fucking crazy now, and... Ugh. I think they also made the Bloodborne PS1, which, again, I've played it. Now I don't want to finish it. Like, I started it, I'm all, yeah, this is pretty cool. It's Bloodborne in PS1 style. And I think they even added some of their own stuff, but then, yeah, I don't know if I even want to play it anymore.
And the Real Game Award for Best Racing Game goes to, with 54% of your vote, Nightmare Kart.
See, look at how good
That's it.
They
That's
did.
what apparently was so anti-woke and hateful. Well, they're talking...
You know, if it's an if they're seeing it as an anti-woke video game awards, which it's not, it's anti-establishment because they hate video game. It's like, again, video game journals don't control this award ceremony. That's the whole point of it. If it was such, if it really was like an anti-woke award show, they wouldn't even have won, because people, like, if they're like schizoing out over that, don't you think their game would not have won? Think about it. If it was about that, it's not.
Nightmare Kart game that was developed by this individual, Bun.
Hold on. Let's take a look. Okay. We got flags in bio. That's an immediate red flag to me when they have flags in bio. Like, oh, look, okay, yeah. All they're missing is they wrote out their pronouns, and then boom, that's how you know you got a Twitter schizo or a Blue Sky schizo. Like, it's like a pattern. It's a pattern. They always have flags in bio and then their pronouns. Oh, look, and now they're bragging about them being gay. No one cares you're gay. You don't have to put that in there. Jesus Christ. People like your game. It's just... Oof. Yeah, okay, yeah, they did make Bloodborne PS1. Oof. Well, I guess I'm gonna get rid of those games now that we all seen how this dev really is. Fucking crazy. It's like, dude, why? Just take the award, Jesus.
Twitter here, you can look at their bio. They're trans, they're gay, and they support Black Lives Matter and ACAB and all these things. But none of this was relevant to the Real Game Awards because people don't care about the identity
I better not say
of
that.
someone who developed
I'll offend someone.
The game is actually enjoyable. In this case, it doesn't appear that any of their beliefs or their gender ideology was leaked into the actual game itself. It was a fun game as it was described.
Yeah,
and people really
I played it.
with
I beat it.
That's why gamers chose it as Racing Game
Nightmare
of the
Kart.
Year. However, this person would respond very bizarrely to this award that they won. This is how they respond.
Hold on. I kind of want to see how Nightmare Kart is doing on the Steam store. Let me see real quick. Let me I keep calling it Bloodborne cart, but it's actually called Nightmare cart. Is it even still on my... Where is Nightmare cart? Oh yeah, I still have it installed. You had a schizo out. Okay, yeah. I'm checking the discussions, seeing if anyone noticed. No one's talking about it. I think they already forgot about the game. Shame. Shame.
Responded. So honored to have won the coveted Anti-Woke Game Awards Best Racing Game category. As a trans woman, it's so comforting to see them prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion. To celebrate, I'm going to have gay intercourse with my bundle of sticks, transgender dog girl.
Okay. Bruh. Why the fuck did you even type that last part? It's fucking weird. Like, even if you're gonna be an asshole, you didn't have to put that last part where it's fucking weird. Like, my dude, most sane people... Keep in mind, they're gonna say they're the sane one for their schizo reaction, and everyone else is wrong, but... Most sane people, like... Sure, some may say jokes, but... Yeah, no one gives a shit that you're gay. Dude, woman, whatever the fuck you would identify as, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. But... Ugh. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that comment? Like, my god, you don't have to be all graphic. Like, Jesus Christ.
So first of all, that last part, okay, knock yourself out. No one's saying you can't do that. It's a weird thing to share in a message like this after winning.
That's fucking weird.
But you can see they're trying to basically show this as an attack on them, that they are the victim in the situation, and they categorize this whole thing as an...
Yeah, so I heard some people saying, yeah, they were basically trying to, like, pretend to be like a victim and try to get a reaction or something, but I'm pretty sure the award people didn't give them the reaction they wanted. Like, they just gave them a wholesome response, and they got infuriated because they were hoping for, like, a different reaction. Like, and when they didn't get it, they started blocking people.
Anti-woke,
I believe.
Awards, that is not what it is. It's
not I don't know. I seen
screenshots
of this.
To how journalists have dominated all of these standard game awards, and this is a response to that. And
this makes me think they're pro-game journalists.
They're being anti-woke, but also encouraging DEI by including them in their award show. That obviously doesn't make any sense. What's going on here is a very bizarre reaction to receiving positive responses from people now interested in this game. This was a good opportunity to get more people interested in your game, and this is how this developer responded. Yeah. It's very aggressive and hostile for absolutely no reason. You can see people in the replies saying, holy wow, what's the context here? Where they respond saying, don't worry, kitten. Well, Craig would make a quote and reply with the same message, saying what I believe is a very reasonable response to a very unreasonable post, where he says, congrats, you'll notice that literally no one cared that you're trans. Literally no one. The audience cared that you made a good game. That's all people want. Our show is not anti-woke. It's simply meant to be an alternative to the access media / industry show.
Yeah, see? Okay, so the guy who is in charge, he even told them the show is not anti-woke. It's just, it's it's more anti, game journal. That, like I said, it's more of an anti-game journalist award show. It just makes me assume, you know what? A lot of these devs are probably pro-game journalists, that's why. I don't know. I mean, this is an indie dev. You would expect them to not be, but it looks like they are. I don't know why, but they are. Like, what the fuck? It had nothing to do with any of that shit you're getting angry about. It was just... It's anti-establishment. It's more of... than anything. It's mostly... It was made because a lot of gamers disagree with... the really big video game awards that's run by game journalists and corpos. God, I feel like I'm going to turn to Johnny Silverhand if I keep referring to them as corpos. Wait the fuck up, samurai.
Enjoy your gay intercourse. Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair response, like I said, to something that was a pretty unhinged response to winning an award and getting a positive mention in the Real Game Awards. But you can see right here, you can't see the post because, well, they would try to duck any sort of response to Craig by blocking him and also hiding his reply.
I don't even get why they're so angry. Like they didn't even read his response, did they?
And reply to the trans developer who was trying to be snarky about winning an award at the Real Game Awards. My response was honest and in good faith. This person's response, hide it from the post and block me, as it doesn't fit their internalized victim narrative and public narrative they want to spin. However,
look, they wanted a response where they could twist it so they could pretend to be the victim. Like, so they wanted a response like I don't know, getting mad at them or criticizing them. They were hoping that they got a response that they could use so they could play victim, and they didn't get that, keep in mind. He just got, like, a reasonable response, congratulating them and explaining that his award show is not involved in any of the woke bullshit or anti-woke stuff. It's simply just a video games awards for those who don't like the regular one, which is run by corpos. That's it. And they got mad that they didn't get the response they wanted and started blocking people. Even a bunch of people started calling them out saying, bro, chill out.
However, or somehow while this person was literally getting praise for their work, they were able to spin it into being a victim. I mean, I think that's the whole thing. They wanted to paint themselves as...
I don't understand the mind of these people.
When only positivity was directed their way, and they basically just fumbled the bag here. Like, they could have just made a good first impression on people who are now aware of this game as a result of the Real Game Awards. Instead, they lash out at Craig here, and it looks really, really bad. Now, speaking of hidden replies, boy howdy, is there a lot of them. And again, this isn't like unhinged, crazy responses. These are pretty fair criticisms.
So this one got
happened because, well, they saw that you were getting clearly pretty angry about the replies and you were hiding them, so more people would add their voice, and in turn, more hidden replies would be made. So here's an example. This person said, winning an anti-woke award seems kind of contradictory to being comforted by their prioritization of diversity and inclusion, doesn't it? That's what I said earlier. Very fair point.
Yeah.
This person said it's almost like it doesn't matter what you are and people just like the game. Y'all are so close to understanding. Yeah, they're very...
Yeah, they're close. Like I'm just gonna say it. I think this dev is... I think they're retarded. I said it. But there's something mentally fucked in their head, and they're too stupid to even understand any, like, again, it was explained. It's a fucking anti-corpo video game awards place. You would think you would be for it, but no, they're taking it as, oh no, it's an anti-woke. So what you're saying is you only like Corpo award stuff? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I think some of these people are brain damaged. Or they just 100% support Corpo awards or something. They just like game journalists for some reason. I don't know.
close to understanding that people don't care what your gender ideology is or what your sexuality is, as long as you don't inject it into your game as a form of virtue signaling. Instead, just make a good game.
You see that response after that, after the second one? The show isn't anti-woke, but congrats on being acknowledged by actual gamers and not journalists' corporate fuckery. That was another one that got blocked, wasn't it? Like they're explaining to them that it's... I'm sure they read the comments, but they're so fucking brain damaged that they decided, you know what? I don't give a fuck. You're all anti... Like, they're gonna try to do something like that. It's people like this you can't reason with. Like, even if you give them praise, they schizo out on you. Like, again, over a fucking award. Sorry that I keep pausing.
Nobody would care about any of these things if you just made a good game and kept all of your own personal beliefs and identities.
I keep pausing too much.
But here's another one saying the show isn't anti-woke, but congrats on being acknowledged by actual gamers and not journalists' corporate effery. Here's another one. Because what matters is the game. No one cares if you are gay or trans in your personal life.
Yeah.
Another one says it's not really anti-woke so much as anti-corporate journalism.
Yeah.
In the game, no one cares
Anti-corpo.
what the dev does in their free time and in their bed. That's why so many of you don't understand why it won, apparently including the dev. And then you can see
because the dev, like I said, is a dumbass.
But here's some more saying your game looks all right, but did you really think this was going to help your project?
It's a shame too. I liked that game.
No one cares that you're trans, just like we don't care that the dev of Lethal Company is a furry.
Right? I like Lethal Company, and that whole game, it was made by like one furry, and then he eventually got a team. Or she. I don't know much about the dev, I just know the dev was a furry. And that game popped off. It's like a really good multiplayer game. Please, God, don't, please, Lethal Company, dev, don't schizo out. For the love of God, I hope you don't. Oh. I'm like praying none of my other favorite indie devs don't schizo out. Please me side devs, don't schizo out. I am enjoying your game. I'll eventually come back to the game, but I am enjoying it. Please don't schizo out on social media.
All we care about is that you made a very fun, well-made game.
Yeah, it was good.
Wokey actually managed to make a game without shitting it up with rainbow flags and propaganda. The result was a racing game that was actually good. No one cares. You made a good
Bloodborne
game and
Mario
people
Kart.
like it. What is wrong with being humble? I get you don't agree with Craig and us on a political level, but it's okay to enjoy an award instead of being a prick about it. When I said there's a lot of hidden replies, by the way, I think you get the point, but look at this.
Yeah, a lot of people were calling out the dev.
I mean, seriously, I'm not even halfway down yet. There are literally hundreds upon hundreds of hidden replies.
Like,
They had to manually do this, so they read through every single one of these and clicked a couple buttons to hide them. So they're aware of these comments and the content within them. They understand the criticisms that are being launched, and instead of acknowledging any of them, they hid literally every single one of them. It's crazy. And then, in response to all this, they've locked the replies on all of their tweets. And then they said this. Just a heads up, people are trying to generate fake AI images of me in a future cancellation attempt. Keep an eye out. Wow, the bots, LMAO. This place sucks so bad. Why am I even here?
Good question. Leave. Go to Blue Sky like all the other losers. So now they're trying to dismiss that. Oh no, people are trying to cancel me. It's fake, believe me. And oh, I'm blocking all these bots. They aren't real people trying to explain to me that I'm in the wrong. I can't have that. It's clearly just bots. Like, my God, this person is so stupid. Like, holy shit.
Well, responding to that last
that was
part,
their plan.
leave.
With all the
Like,
backlash.
if you don't enjoy this platform, why would you be here? It makes absolutely no sense why you would stay on X. Just go to Blue Sky. Like, you clearly don't want to have conversations about anything. You don't want to engage in good faith about anything. And you just want to play the eternal victim, even though people are praising you. That is the source of everything that's going on here. If you want a proper echo chamber for your beliefs, go to Blue Sky. You will fit in very well there. And then you have this part about people generating fake AI images. I have no idea what's going on here, but it's a very strange thing.
They're trying to say all the people trying to cancel them are fake.
Just seems very odd. But that wasn't the only developer who was very upset about the Real Game Awards. Here's the next game that was focused on in that demonstration,
Sulaco, now available. It's a first-person shooter inspired by Fear and Doom. I have Doom 2016. I haven't played Eternal, but I've seen a playthrough of it. And then there's Fear. I've played the Fear, both Fear 1 and Fear 2. I refuse to play 3. And I played Doom 2016 and the ones before. Well, except for Doom 3, I never played Doom 3. Sounds like an awesome game. And then the devs get sold out because, I'm going to be real, I would have considered playing this game because it sounds awesome. Fear and Doom inspirations? Awesome. It sounds like my kind of shooter. And I don't play shooters often, but if you're bringing Doom in the picture, that's literally my favorite shooting game, Doom. And I should play Doom 2016. I haven't beaten that one. I've mostly played the old ones, and I've played the Doom 2016 multiplayer. I want to get Doom Eternal, but I just haven't been able to. But Doom 2016, I haven't beaten, but I played a bunch of it to like it, and then I just started recording videos, and yeah, the one shooter that I have fun in. Well, I like Left 4 Dead also, but I count Left 4 Dead as a cooperative zombie game, not... Well, it's the same thing, but you get my point. Like, when I want a shooter, like, I play Doom.
Baco. Now, this is a first-person shooter that apparently a lot of people have a very positive view of, including Craig and the participants of the Real Game Awards. At one point during the broadcast, they did a free promotion of this game and encouraged everyone watching to go check this out on Steam. It was a very
the game looks awesome.
Promotion that was not asked by them. Like, no one asked them to do this.
Yeah, they gave them free promotion
on their own volition to promote a game that they believed in. And how did the developer respond to all this? By attacking Craig and the show. So here's some of the initial responses. This person saying, why the F did Sulaco Game put an ad in that shitty-ass Gamergate award show?
Oh, God. Okay, you see? They're doing the same shit. Oh, my fucking God. We have nothing to do with it. Another brain-damaged individual. So they're just gonna assume it's... Oh, Gamergate awards. No, it's Corpo journalism. They just don't understand that. But also, you know, part of me thinks they're kissing the Corpo's asses. They're all, please, Mr. Corpo, please. We're not part of them. Please, I'll suck your dick for you. That's basically them. They're like sucking on, like, I kind of feel like that's what's going on there. They're like trying to slobber on like the Corpo journalist's nutsack or something like that. Like, what the fuck? Because you know, I'm sure the Corpo journalists really hate this award show because they're not in control of it. And also, keep in mind, this award show's not like a massive thing. It's like a smaller thing. Like, there's even a horror games award show that's like a small little thing that also promotes horror games. I imagine that this award show did the same thing. Like, they didn't... It's just, this is actual, like, games people voted for. But, yeah. This is this is kind of stupid. Like, my dude, do you not know? Do you not research this? It's about. It's literally an actual award show where gamers vote for it, not journalists. Like, not journalists taking controls and dictating who wins what award. Anyway.
Dev Nexttick would say, we have nothing to do with it. Up until an hour ago, I didn't even know what it was. And then they would go to Blue Sky because
so they're
course,
like,
and say this.
Blue Sky.
We paid for nothing. I do not even know about this show.
Okay. This is another red flag for me. Blue Sky. That is all.
So, the more I'm looking into this, the more I want to distance myself. We have not paid for an advertisement for the Real Game Awards. I've never even heard of it until an hour ago. Anyways, time to go back to sleep. Well, yeah, I don't think they needed your permission to promote your game, and they didn't do it in any sort of a politicized or anti-woke or any sort of manner like that. They just did it because they think your game is good and they wanted to promote it to some new audiences. And now you're having this spurg out on multiple platforms because you're afraid people might associate you with the Real Game Awards.
I mean, come on, dude. Your game looked good, so of course they're gonna promote it because, again, it's called the Real Game Awards because I'm just gonna keep saying this throughout this whole video. It's actual gamers voting for it, not journalists. Again, I feel like they're really stupid, and or they know what it's actually about. It's just, again, like I said, they're trying to suck like the game journalists' dicks or something because they want like a Corpo to review their game and give them, I don't know. I feel like they're like kissing game journalists' ass or something in hopes to get like advertisement from them. I don't know. That's just a little conspiracy theory I'm having.
It's very strange, but it goes way beyond just saying, hey, we're not associated. It becomes personal attacks. So this person says, complaining about free advertising for your product, LOL. And then the developer responds by saying, when it comes to potentially damaging the brand we built from nothing, yes, absolutely.
I don't think it's damaging the brand.
Justifiable.
It's
There's
only
more to
the
my
brand's
life than
damaged
making money, and I'll gladly
now
sell
because
fewer
of their
copies.
behavior.
If it means not being associated with a hateful individual. Of course, referring to Craig. Calling them a hateful individual with absolutely no justification for it.
He didn't seem hateful in the clip, and I'm pretty sure I watched some stuff that was part of Screw Attack before. I think I've... Death Battle! Yeah, Death Battle! Yeah, because Craig was from Death Battle, I think. I used to watch Death Battle. That's what it was. Because I know I've heard about Screw Attack before, it's just I couldn't remember what it was I used to watch on Screw Attack. And yeah, it was Death Battle. Yeah, none of them, the people on there seemed that bad, but keep in mind I didn't follow any of the people in Screw Attack. I mostly just watched Death Battle, but all in all, like in that clip, that did... In what way was he... Huh? I don't know. Again, no reasoning with these people, and maybe some of the people, they might have gotten, like... The Sulaco devs probably just damaged their own brand with their weird-ass behavior. So some people who were interested might not get the game anymore. And then, of course, there's the normies that don't follow any of this. They'll probably still get it. But, you know, they're normies. They don't count as people. FYI, that's a joke.
They don't list a single reason why they're a hateful individual.
Yeah.
And then trying to get on your podium here and say, well, I'm going to sell less copies and I don't care because I don't want to be associated with a meanie like Craig from the Real Game Awards. It sounds very gratuitous. And it sounds like another play to get attention and brownie points on social media. But like I said, it'll keep going beyond just...
Yeah, they're trying to get brownie points because probably, I ain't gonna lie, maybe some weirdos on social media don't like the guy that runs that Game Awards. Maybe that's where the hate's coming from. Like probably it's a bunch of crazies with their flags and pronouns in their bios. Because I notice the pattern every time I hear about social media BS going on in like gaming. It's always some weirdo that has that always it's always a stupid flag they put in their bio, and then they have to put their pronouns. Like, why the fuck? Like, no one cares about any of that shit. That's all I'm saying. Like, if I ever make a Twitter, which I'm not, I will jokingly put the pronoun Apache attack helicopter. You know, that old joke whenever people would make fun of that shit? It would be that. I am an Apache attack helicopter. And that's it. And then I'll just say the most schizoed shit and then get banned.
Saying we're not associated into personal
because
attacks.
It's funny, because fuck Twitter.
The screenshots people got from the related Discord, Nexttick, the lead developer, would say this: no idea what that is, but the name implies it's hosted by a bunch of people who got so mad over something as stupid as an award show that they decided to host their own. Am I far off? Oh, it's the Screw Attack guy. How do I undo our nomination? He seems way too much of a culture war grifter, and I don't have the...
Okay. If you know someone online who calls people grifters, they are extremely fucking retarded, and you should block them. Because they don't even know what grifter means anymore. Like, it used to mean something else, but now it's people saying, "Oh, you don't agree with me, you're a grifter," or I don't know. It's like when like people on the like both sides are kind of crazy, but I find it when the people who use the word grifter are extremely fucking annoying, because it's like they changed the definition for it even though it meant something else. See here, let me look up the official definition of it. Hold on. Let me It used to mean something else, and now people are changing it. A person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. That's the definition. Now, in the present, they use that as someone who doesn't agree with me. Someone who doesn't agree with my political beliefs or whatever. And keep in mind, we're talking about gaming, fucking gaming, and what happened to my hobby? What happened to gaming? That's all I'm asking. Remember when games didn't push some stupid message? And then let's not forget the stupid bullshit with all the microtransactions, and somehow the game gets good reviews. They're all, "Oh, don't mind the microtransaction." Like it has microtransactions and the game's only entertaining for like, I don't know, like 1 hour, and then you get bored, and then it gets like the best reviews ever. I don't know. I remember when games were about making games fun and good, and then if you played an RPG game, it would have an amazing story, not a stupid story like Veilguard. Or when I used to play like Call of Duty World at War. That's my favorite Call of Duty game. Introduced the zombie mode. I liked the campaign. The only stuff you would buy with real money would be like DLC expansions, which, sure, at first annoying, but then I'm all, it ain't that bad. It didn't cost that much. And nowadays, in present Call of Duty, microtransactions up the ass. That's all I'm saying. Like, what happened?
For either side of those. Well, you have a lot of energy for the other side. Let me.
I'm probably gonna get shit for saying that, but what happened?
Here, because you're having multiple statements across multiple platforms trying to quickly distance yourself from a free promotion on a show that was speaking of you very positively. So I think you're doing a lot of work for one side. But as you can see, calling them a grifter and also miscategorizing again this whole thing, saying it's basically something angry about stupid award shows. No, it's a response to give gamers a real voice in these shows. Unlike
that's what I heard.
Game Awards, where really journalists comprise of 90% of the voting power. And again, like I said, you have people like the LA Times as a control.
Yeah, so again, sure, in the regular Game Awards, you can vote. I know I've stated this, but like he put it like he put. Rev mentioned that, the people in charge of the gaming awards basically dictate who's gonna win the award, because their voting power is like your vote is like one regular person vote. Their vote's like, okay, 50 people voting per Corpo and game journalists in charge of the award show. That's basically it. It's like one of us, and then when they vote, it's like 50 of them, basically. I don't know, maybe that's an example, but it's basically like that. They basically dictate the Game Awards.
Contributing voter among journalists, and they don't even do gaming news. It makes absolutely no sense. That's
I still don't get why Rolling Stone has
Game Awards were very different
a hand in it
than the categories of the official shows like
New York Times, I think. Also,
there's more screenshots here. Next stick down here saying, I guess people go to desperate measures trying to find their relevancy again. Shame. I was a huge game trailers guy back in the day. The good people eventually reunited as easy allies, but they're also on the verge of collapse, I believe, unfortunately. So they go off here and say that basically Craig and all these people are desperate and trying to gain some sort of relevancy once again. What a humbled and measured response to a free promotion in a Game Award show made by gamers and members of the related communities. What a measured response and smart form of promotion.
Do they still do death battle?
Here's two responses I want to look at to this whole situation.
Shay
had a very good point here saying, these game devs try to morally grandstand to what audience? Hateful individual, in quotes. Craig is a super sweet guy and has been working in his space for a hell of a long time. Problematic presenters, end quote. Who and how? People try to smear me all.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm also sick of hearing them saying, oh, you're problematic. This game is problematic. This media is problematic. What's the problem with it? What's the problem? Like, they never say what the problem is. They just call it problematic because they personally don't like them. Like, it's like when... It's like a... Let's say you're playing Dark Souls or Elden Ring, or, like one of those like a FromSoft game in general. And then some moron that doesn't play these games comes in and he criticizes the game because it's hard and says this game is problematic because it doesn't appeal to me and me only. FromSoft games have a very specific audience, and like the people who constantly say problematic are, it has to appeal to them and them only, basically, is how I feel like they're going on about it. And then they try to use other stuff to like get stuff taken down, like I believe there was like someone complaining about Stellar Blade, saying it's problematic. I'm all, why? Because it has a hot chick. Meanwhile, the same person who complained about Stellar Blade was being a gooner to a... What character was it? It was probably a Genshin character. It was a dude one, by the way. Like, it's only okay for them to be a gooner towards, like, their... whatever the fuck character. I just realized the same thing kind of happened in Marvel Rivals, where they were complaining about Invisible Woman's costume, and then the people complaining, it turns out they find their old posts about them gooning to Namor. Like, those are the kinds of people who say everything's problematic. Like, it's okay for them, but not you to go to characters, I guess. Like that's their thing. Like, what the fuck? Another red flag. Anyone who says everything's problematic, fuck them.
All the
Just
time.
saying.
And I've worked with a bunch of game devs and publishers. Don't capitulate to the actual hate mob. Slamming the categories. Games
also, I hear Kirsch's
have
base
been outed as liars and smear merchants over and over again. They aren't the media that the consumer base listens to anymore. That's content creators.
Oh, that is so true.
And to address that last point, we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah. No one even pays attention to game journals anymore. And the game journals are pissed about that. That's why no one likes the reviews. Like, I remember one game journal could not play a SpongeBob game that was remastered onto Steam, and he said it was too hard, but it's like, it's a fucking SpongeBob game. I think it was Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's a literal children's game that everyone says is really fucking easy. He couldn't play it, so he gave it a bad review because of that. And he said it's like an old, early PS2 game, and it is. It is. You just suck at gaming. Oh.
Recently, where a lot of these journalists
God, I pause a lot.
are very, very angry at YouTubers. They've been historically very angry.
Yeah, game journalists hate
cover
YouTubers.
Gaming news and controversies
or people
and
on
stuff
Twitch.
Like that. And now, in their failure, because no one even wants to hate click on their articles anymore, they're desperately trying to pivot. And a lot of them are going to places like YouTube and Twitch, and they're quite literally trying and failing to become content creators and YouTubers that they used to always make a personality out of hating. It's very funny to see, but as Kirsha points out, like, all these labels, hateful individual, problematic, they don't actually explain why any of these things are true, and it's just that easy to point these things out and run with it without any proof because people are so desperate to dunk on people who they deem as anti-woke in a culture war that all these people, including this Sulaco developer, is engaging in. But here's another one from Jay Viper, saying, I want to be clear about what happened here. A cancel mob who had no interest in Sulaco game went at them and shamed them into a statement and stance they didn't have to make. The dev team made the unfortunate decision to bend the knee to people who don't care about them at all and were only interested in making them bow in front of them. Now the dev team is spouting absolute nonsense about Craig, actually making shit up about him, and the only group who supported them for free and without being asked to do it. They sold out for a day of kudos from nobodies who never truly supported the games they care about, and for what? Nothing except to support the actual hate mob in gaming. Sulaco currently is having its worst weekend this year. The smallest player peak, and they are down to 2,400 top sellers on the Steam store. I hope it was worth it. And here's a...
Hold on, let me check out Steam. Let me see. That game was called Sulaco. I just want to see how the reviews are doing. They may or may not be affected by it, or they are. Okay, Sulaco. They're still in very positive, but their player... I'm pretty sure the players just dropped immediately. How many people are playing it? Customer review? Well, there's not that many. Yeah, people stop buying it. Gee, I wonder why. Okay. Players. Yeah, the game's pretty dead right now. Maybe there's like a few normies that again don't follow any of like gaming news or whatnot. Maybe there are still some that do play it, like normies. But yeah, the game's looking pretty dead. I mean, people stopped buying it.
Player activity over the past couple of days, and look what it did. This was the big resurgence from all the woke people they are pandering to, who cared so much about this game and were so impressed by the stance that this lead dev made against the Real Game Awards. I hope this was worth basically outing yourself as someone who can't really be trusted and doesn't really care about gamers at large. But overall, the Real Game Awards caused a lot of controversy, even though it was just a response to how out of touch all of these official, quote-unquote official,
yeah, it's like they're snitching on themselves.
And giving gamers a voice really pisses people off, apparently, especially in the industry, and they really showed their true colors. Multiple developers spurging out over being mentioned in a positive manner, and they couldn't be bothered to even check the context before they bowed to all these people who are hounding them to say something about their association with the Real Game Awards. And yeah, again, I want to make this clear too. Nobody who was nominated or featured in the Real Game Awards had any duty to not only thank Craig. You don't have to thank Craig or the Real Game Awards. You don't even have to acknowledge them, but to go out
you could have just ignored them,
sling mud at them for your own benefit, for brownie points on social media, makes you look really, really bad, and people don't forget bad looks like this.
Also, yeah, like, even if it's like one person you don't like that's in charge of the show and yet you still win an award, at least be professional. Like, be professional. You could just say, "Oh, thanks," or something like that. You could just be professional, not like a fucking like. Like, you don't have to act like a Redditor or something that gets offended by something. You could have just been professional and just say, "Oh, cool, I got an award." You could have just said it and not even mean it, and you wouldn't damage your reputation. Your brand wouldn't have gotten damaged, because again, the Nightmare Cart dev could have just taken it as a compliment, or even if you don't like the person in charge, you could have just been professional about it and not go all nuts, because damn it, I used to like your game. Nightmare Cart, I just like the Bloodborne references, but then I'm gonna be honest though. After I beat the game Nightmare Cart, I never came back to it. It's like a game it was a game that I was one and done. It looks cool. Maybe they'll add online multiplayer in the future, and they never did, so I just stopped playing it. But yeah, they schizoed out. They could have just been professional. Now the company that got free advertisement, same thing. You could have just shut the hell up, or pretend like you didn't even know about it. I mean, free advertisement is free advertisement. You would have been fine. But no, you fucked it up. And now look at how things are. Well, hope that's what they wanted.
But anyways, I'll put a link to their Twitter account. You can check out the relevant links from there. This is going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, gaming today's... Like, for real, it wasn't a big deal, dudes. It was not a big deal. Just won an award. Like, good lord. But anyway. Yeah, this is to those devs. Yeah, fuck y'all. You know, if I saw Sulaco and they never did that, they didn't schizo out, I might have had an interest in it. But now now it's like they snitch on themselves to being like kind of douchebags, and that's all because actual gamers wanted like an award show that isn't controlled by corporate journalism. Like, why did that piss them off? It's just literally, that's the award show. It's like anti-corporate journalism. That's the deal with it. And they got mad about it and tried to say it's anti-woke because there isn't a journalist there. Like, I don't know. I have difficulty understanding these people, and I feel like I'll never understand these people. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. 55 minutes. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.